Good morning, all of you. So today we'll discuss the numericals on conservation of linear momentum. It's like again the basic like how we had the kinematic equations of motion. Then in laws of motion, F equal to ma. Then the idea of the friction. Then the work done. The similarly what happened the conservation of conservation of mechanic energy. Then after this, what we had is like uh, conservation of mechanical energy in work per unit chapter. Similarly, a basic idea called like conservation of linear momentum. So when momentum should be conserved, already have come across. We should identify the net external force acting on system. If net external force is zero, then the momentum is conserved. Whether conservative or non-conservative forces that are acting, irrespective of that. If net external force is zero, then the momentum should be conserved here. So what is the necessity of momentum to be conserved? Problems will become very easy to solve, like we have seen in case of center of mass. So with the help of center of mass concept, we are able to find out the displacement of the blocks or the wedges, other things. Similarly, with the help of conservation of linear momentum, the velocity of one system in a system, the velocity of different parts can be easily determined. This is one overall idea. So how to conserve momentum? So again, what is the basic necessity here? Go back to laws of motion chapter, get down all the forces acting on system. Once you get that forces, then with the help of that, identify which are internal, external. If internal force are acting, okay, that one, no problem. And if the external force, net external force acting on system is zero, then momentum is said to be conserved. And momentum is a vector quantity. Momentum can be conserved in 1 dimension, 2 dimension, or in 3 dimension. So we are going to pick up problems related to all these situations here. So first, let me take a person. So we have a person of mass m jump from a trolley with a speed ur relative to trolley. Find the recoil speed of the trolley. So initially, what is this state? Initially, trolley and person. Initially, person are in the trolley. Okay, when the person makes a jump, okay, when this person makes a jump here, so he is going to make a jump. There's a person, then he will jump with a velocity ur relative to the trolley. There's a thing. Why the trolley should recoil back? There's some sort of like a force will act here. That particular force will call a thrust force. Then why do that thrust force will come? Due to ur dm by dt. This will come in variable mass concept. When we go for that in detail, it'll be like this. So now mass of system decreasing. So substitute dm by dt with sign plus or minus dm by dt. Here, look at this. What is the mass of system? M plus 3m initially. Trolley you can call as system B. Trolley as system B. What is the initial mass of system? M plus 3m 4m. Now, what is the system? The trolley is the system. Now, there's some mass ejected. No? So, if the mass ejected, mass of system decreases minus dm by dt. So, look at what is the direction of the person will make a jump. And what is your velocity of the person relative to trolley. So, therefore, some sort of a thrust force will act here. So this is called a thrust. Later, variable mass concept there we'll discuss in detail. Now time being just have only this much of idea. So therefore a thrust force will act on the trolley, that one. Because of the thrust force, so what will happen to the trolley will recoil back here. So here I'll put a velocity of trolley. What is the velocity of person? Velocity of person will be v1. We don't know, that we have to calculate. And now what is the net force acting on system? The same thrust force should act on the person. The same thrust force. So now don't bother anything. Just equal and opposite force will be acting on the person and the trolley. Time being only have this much of idea. Now, what is the net force acting on system along x-axis? 0. So therefore initial momentum should be equal to final momentum. Initial momentum should be called final momentum. What is initial momentum? They are at rest. Finally, mv1 minus 3mv2. So now both are unknown. No? So I'll take care of this one. Anything directed towards right, positive. So plus ur is equal to velocity of person plus v1 minus v2. Why negative sign here? Why negative signs? Try to see that signs here. Velocity of trolley will be towards left, so therefore will be negative. So what is the value of ur now? Ur minus v2 should be equal to v1. Let me eliminate v1. M into ur minus v2 3m v2 mur by m plus 3m. So this will be ur by 4. This is the velocity of trolley. Recoil, speed of the trolley, recoil speed of trolley. Already that sign I taken care in the formula, and also I'm showing in the diagram. It will be towards left. Whatever the velocity of person, how to calculate? So substitute that value of v2 here. You will get the velocity of person. So ur v2 is how much? Ur by 4 equal to v1. So what is v1 equal to? 3 ur by 4. There's a one very basic thing. From where this, look at the energy for the person is having kinetic energy, mv1 square. Look at the trolley. It's also having 3mv2 square by 2. From where this energy has come? Work done by the person. Work energy theorem. Work done equal change in kinetic energy. But sir, what about thrust force? Thrust force are acting. Internal forces can do work, no? I think in work energy chapter we have come across internal forces can do work. Work done by internal forces can be non-zero. But like due to internal forces, what will happen to momentum will be conserved. So internal forces can do work. So what is Ft now? Ft will become internal force. This will become an internal force to the system. To this trolley blocks man system, that will become internal. So internal forces can do work. But altogether this energy, this internal force, what it did? It did positive work on the person. It did positive work on the trolley. Not like network, the internal force is zero. Then what is the work done by person means change in kinetic energy of the person plus change in kinetic energy of the trolley. Initially they are at rest, no? Any of the things work done, you should everywhere you should try to analyze about the energy aspect. Now similarly, let me introduce two persons are there. Two persons A and B. Let them jump one after the other. Find the velocity of trolley. Initially, persons and the trolley are at rest. Persons and trolley are at. Okay, apply the concept. One after the other, you can pick up any person. So let me make first person M2 to jump. Let person M2, let him jump. With a velocity, you are relative trolley. So this data you have to remember. Sign, what happen if you don't substitute sign? So what is the thing is like, you will get answer in terms of negative. Negative means towards left. That's the basic idea. Now this person, let this person, let him jump. Any person you can make it jump. So mass is m3. This mass is, I'll do one thing, m1, m2. First he will jump, no? Let him m1. The other person in the trolley will recoil back. Call this as velocity VA. V naught will take it. So let the person velocity here you are, let he will have velocity V1. Again the same method. Net force acting on system is 0, so initial momentum equal to final. Before that, we'll make analysis. Anything directed towards right, let it be positive. So minus UR is equal to minus V1 plus V naught. I'll put VA something. V naught again, you'll think initial. I'll locate the sign according to the convention. So this will be, we wanted V1 equal to VA minus UR. Let's apply conservation of linear momentum. Initial momentum equal to final momentum. Initial momentum 0. Persons and trolley are at rest. Final momentum m2 plus m3 into VA. That is towards right.
Sir, V1 equal to UR minus VA, sir.
V1 equal to UR minus VA. Okay, V1 I'll send it to LHS. No, UR minus VA. Okay, yeah, thank you. Okay, now let's substitute all the values. So m2 plus m3 VA. V1 is UR minus VA. So VA is equal to M1 UR by M1 plus M2 plus M3. I think there's a generalized thing. Please do remember every time need not to solve. What is the velocity? What is the recoil speed of the trolley? Mass of the person or mass ejected into the speed with which the mass ejected with respect to system by total mass of the system. This is a generalized thing all. Okay, but our problem is what now? So the trolley will recoil. Now look at the second person. So what he's going to do? He's going to jump now in the direction of motion of trolley. So after, now the second person is going to make a jump that one. Let's take the second situation. These are very basic. Most of you might be knowing. Just recollect once all the ideas. This is something very important, basic fundamental. So let the what action the trolley. So let me say V, and the person is going to make a jump like this. Is M2. Its velocity is UR. Let V2 be the velocity. Now, so trolley should recoil back. If I get V negative, I'll change direction. Getting the method. So trolley should recoil according to the concept. Okay, let's assume towards right. I'll solve the problem. If I get negative, I'll change the direction. Then before second person making a jump, before second person making a jump, what is the initial momentum of system? M2 plus M3 into VA. This is what, and we know value of VA. How to get this relationship? Again, the relative velocity ideas plus UR is equal to plus V2 minus plus V. So we are interested to replace V2, no? So UR plus V equal to V2. Check once. Look at the signs there. Anything directed towards right, positive. Now, applying conservation of linear momentum. Before second person making a jump, so what is the momentum of system? M2 plus M3 into VA. Now finally it is M2V plus M3. So V2 is unknown, VA is already we know. So substituting V2 from here, we'll get the required answer. let's see that what happened to V, less than VA or greater than VA. That's what we are trying to learn here. So M2 plus M3, VA is M1 UR, M1 plus M2 plus M3. M2, this will be UR plus V. I think some big formula will come. M2 plus M3.
M3V, sir.
Huh?
M3V, sir.
M3V, yeah, simple. M2 plus M3 M1 UR whole divided by M1 plus M2 plus M3 minus M2 UR, I'll bring it. So this will be equal to M2 plus M2 M1 UR plus M1 M3 UR. I'll write in next step. This will be M1 M2 UR, 1 M1 M2 UR get cancelled. So M1 M3 M2 square UR. Let me better expand here. M1 M2 UR plus M1 M3 UR, M1 M2 UR, M2 UR plus last will be M2 M3 UR all divided by M1 plus M2 plus M3 is equal to no M1 M2 UR, M1 M2 UR, this will get cancelled out. So the final answer V will be M1 M3 plus M2 M3 M2 square UR divided by M1 plus M2 plus M3 by
Sir, shouldn't it be minus
negative
in this?
negative signs. Negative signs. I'll take it here. Yeah. Whether it will be positive or negative, how to V will be less than V or greater than V. So for that you can do one thing. Assume some value M1 equal to M, M2 equal to say like a 2M or M2 equal to M, M3 equal to some 4M. Check it. You get exactly some relationship between VA and V. So I'll just leave it to you. M1 equal to M. You can discuss all the cases here. The first case, mass of the trolley, let it be 2M. Second case, M1 equal to M, M2 let it be 2M. Check, substitute all the values first in VA, then check in V, check V less than VA. In all the cases what happen, V will be less than VA. And it may come negative also. It may come even negative also for certain value, and for certain value of M2 it may be 0 also. This is very important. That's why I took the values here. So for certain value of M2 it can be 0 also. Okay, no? So just do analyze. Unless you don't analyze, clarity will not come. But altogether I can say that V should be less than VA, and it can be negative also. Any reason for that? Because like if a mass ejected in the direction of motion of system. If a mass is ejected in the direction of motion of system, the complete problem, I'll present it. If the mass is ejected in the direction of motion of system, then what should happen to the velocity of the speed of the system? Must decrease here. If the mass is ejected in the direction of motion system, the speed of the system must decrease here. So I'll generalize. Okay, fine. So let me go for the thing. So what actually is, if a system say m naught, it is moving with a velocity say v naught. If mass is ejected in the direction of motion, so it will be m naught minus delta m. Now, what will happen to some mass is ejected? Then what will happen to the velocity? The velocity v1 will be less than v naught. If the mass is ejected in the direction of motion of system with a speed u r relative to the system, with that one, the speed will decrease. So now if it is like this, this is m naught, this is v naught. If the mass is ejected opposite to motion of the system, then v2 greater than v naught. So how to increase the speed of the system? If you eject mass perpendicular to direction of, if you eject mass opposite to direction of motion of system, then so what will happen to the speed of system will increase. If the mass is ejected in the direction of motion of system, then the mass what happen, the speed of the system will decrease. Now, sir, what happens if I eject perpendicular? It can also happen. That I'll discuss in the coming numericals. So here what will happen? The mass, let it be ejected like this. Then it will continue. It will have v1x and it will have v1y. So it will try to move in this direction. So how to increase or decrease the speed of system? By ejecting some mass. How to change direction of system? Again by ejecting mass. It is a very, you can say, beautiful part of conservation of linear momentum, what you are going to conclude. What is the purpose of doing all these numericals is to conclude this one only. Okay, no, so what is UR? UR is the speed with which mass ejected relative to the system. There's a conclusion of that one. Okay, no, you do try this. Huh? It's a one question, cases 1 and 2, I put it, no? Check in both the cases, what will happen to like a V1, V2, final velocity of trolley compared to that particular thing, compared to that VA1. So what you are supposed to do, VA1 and V1. Similarly here, second case it is VA2 and V2. Okay, let's take the, you can say clearly see things here in this case. Two persons A and B, each of.
Sir, sir, in the previous question, it is said that the first person jumps off the trolley with a velocity VR with respect to the trolley.
Relative, no, relative to the trolley.
Yes,
relative.
sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, relative. So then initially the trolley was at rest. So he jumps with a velocity VR with respect to ground. So in the conservation of momentum.
No, you try to understand. The language is very important. If a person jumps with a speed, you are relative with respect to state of the trolley, relative to trolley are different. State of the trolley is different, relative to the trolley. In Axioma, you have this problem. You will jump with a velocity you are with respect to state of trolley, with a speed u with respect to state of trolley. Then that will become absolute. So initially, person and the trolley at rest. He will jump. Then the person will acquire velocity. The trolley will acquire velocity. Then what is that you are? V1 minus V2. Minus of minus V2. It's like that. With respect to state of trolley different. With a velocity you are relative to trolley are different. Okay. state word brings, then you should think the way you are thinking. Fine.
Yes, sir.
In the end, I'll bring that problem because now you'll get confused. So therefore, I'm just let's focus first on one aspect, learn concept. Then in the end, we'll explore the other ideas. Okay, two persons are there. They're initially at rest. Person A and B. That one, they're standing at one end of the trolley. So first case, what will be the velocity of the trolley when they jump simultaneously? And when they jump one after the other, in which case the momentum of the trolley will be more. That's what we are going to check. So the first situation will analyze. So when both the persons, they jump simultaneously. So let the trolley recoil with a velocity v1. So here both the persons are there. Both are having same mass. Let the velocity of the persons, let it be say some VA or something, anything you can write it. V dash, I'll write it. VP will write it, velocity of persons. So this is 3m. Then anything directed towards right, positive. So plus UR equal to velocity of person plus VP minus of minus V1. So what is velocity of person? It should be equal to UR plus V1. Now apply conservation of linear momentum. Initial momentum, net force is 0. Net force on the system along x-axis 0. Initial momentum 0. Final momentum 2m Vp, mass of both the persons, minus 3m V1. Vp is equal to UR plus V1. And this is negative sign, sorry. So again, what is V1 equal to? 2m UR by 2m plus 3m. UR by 5. Keep this. This is the first part of the problem. We have to compare again now in the
UR by 5.
2 UR by 5. 2 is missing. A second case, they jump one after the other. Is it okay? I think this is like a, you can directly write this V1, no? What is the mass of system ejected? 2m, with what speed related to trolley? UR by total mass of system. Directly you can write V1 equal to 2 UR by 5. In exams, you are supposed to do like this. And let's take now, they jump one after the other. There's a totally second situation. Totally a second situation. So initially, this is both the persons A and B, they are at rest. So first person A is going to jump now. Mass of 3m, this is 3m. So let the velocity acquired by this, let it be say some V1 we took it, no? So here VA, VB are the velocity of person. Let me write some symbol. VT1, I'll write it. So one person is here, other person, he'll jump. So person A, person B will be there only. So velocity UR, let this be VA. Yeah, fine. Okay, now write the, again, conservation of, directly can we write expression for VT1? No need to solve because already you are aware of this condition. What is the mass ejected? M UR by total mass of system. M plus M into 3M. So this is UR by 5. Or what were the mathematics? UR is equal to VA minus of minus VT1. Substituting that value of VA and solving. Okay, this one somebody are asking that how you got it. Okay, let me. What is the conservation of linear momentum? 0 is equal to MVA minus M plus 3M into VT1, velocity of the trolley. Okay, this I think directly you can write this one. Okay, now person B is going to make a jump. Look at now VT1, how VT1 is towards left. No, let's see what will happen. How is jumping now? Is jumping opposite to motion of trolley. No, so what do we expect? The speed must increase. Already we have just theoretically gave idea. So let's analyze here. Now this will be UR, velocity of person. Let it be VB. Velocity of trolley. Let me call V2 because I want to compare, or VT2. After second person making a jump. Then before let's go for mathematics. UR plus UR equal to plus VB minus of minus V2. So UR minus VT2 equal to VB. That's the speed of the first person. So now initial momentum. Should be equal to final momentum. What is the initial momentum? Before person B jumping, what is the momentum of system? Minus of M plus 3M VT1 should be equal to minus of 3M VT2 plus M VB. Try to see this. Person B, before person B making a jump, person B and the trolley in what direction they are moving? They're moving towards left. This negative sign is very important here. Now let's substitute the value of VT1 and VB in this equation. Then we'll go for VT2. So after solving this, minus 4M, VT1 is UR by 5 equal to minus 3VM VT2 plus M. VB will be UR minus VT2. Minus 4M UR minus MUR is equal to minus 4M VT2. So 4, this will be 9 UR by 20. Which will be greater? What we have to compare? We have to compare VT2 with V1 when they jump simultaneously, when they jump one after the other, in which case the momentum acquired is more.
Sir, VT2.
VT2, it will be definitely VT2, it will be greater than V1. No? So what is the conclusion now? If a system, if it has to acquire more recoil speed, shall we eject total mass at a time or shall we eject the mass gradually? If we eject mass gradually, what happens? The system will acquire more recoil speed. And look at also here in this case, how the mass is ejected opposite to direction of motion, and compare VT2 and VT1. So is it VT2 greater than VT1? Yes, it is. So all these are conclusions. These are very important. VT2 greater than VT1. So therefore, if a mass ejected opposite to direction of motion, then what happened to speed of the opposite to direction of motion of the system? Then the speed of the system will increase. If the mass ejected in the direction of motion, the speed of system will decrease here. This is a major part of the conservation of linear momentum, what you are studying. Everyone I gave 1, 2 values, no, you have to check it. It's a compulsory, you have to work out once. Then a firm conclusion is needed. So how to make the system to acquire more speed? Shall we eject the total mass at a time, or shall we make the system to eject mass gradually? We should make the system to eject mass gradually so that it will acquire more relative speed. Okay, fine. This is the, these are the basics. They're not numericals. These are all some very important simplified things of the conservation of linear momentum. And you should never forget this, what I'm giving finally. All these numericals, what happen, they're helping you to conclude this one. Please do remember. So when you're going for exam, no, your background, this background must be there with you. Okay, you have to verify this. This is very important thing for the above problem. Okay, let's explore the other cases. Take the question. Read the question. See, this, all this is just to make a practice of how to apply conservation of linear momentum. So what we are trying to focus how we can apply conservation of linear momentum in various situations. Two identical buggies or trolleys, both are same, move one after the other due to inertia without friction with the same velocity v0. A man of mass m rides the rear buggy at a certain moment. Mass of the buggy is small m. Let me write m1. It will be easy for us, symbols again. And capital M be m2. Now take help of the diagram. Exams, you should not draw diagram. I'm making clear. When you're learning only, you should focus on the diagrams. No, this is M2. M2. A man of mass m rides the rear buggy. Let it be M1. Moving with the same velocity. Both are moving. This is the initial diagram. At a certain moment, the man jumps into the front buggy with a velocity u relative to its buggy. Read it. Okay, now get it, that one. So earlier they were arranged, no? One moving system, if it jumps to other moving system, what condition? Knowing that mass of each buggy, find the velocity with which the buggies will move after that. So now we'll make the person to jump. So the person is going to make a jump. No. He will make a jump here. After jumping, what will happen to him? This will be like this. So this will call trolley A, trolley B. This what do we expect this trolley, that one? I'll assume VA, velocity of this trolley, and it will continue to move even after jumping. Now what will happen to other person, this person? He will land onto this trolley, no? And let him land here. Velocity of this be VB. He's asking to get that VA and VB. Let's write equation. First, with respect to trolley A, we'll take it for trolley A, or rear trolley for rear trolley A. It is rear trolley. There's a rear trolley. There's a front trolley. Real buggy, front buggy, in that sense. And what is initial momentum? Initial momentum equal to final momentum. Initial momentum m1 plus m2 into v naught. Finally, the person will have some velocity, say v1, and he will jump with a velocity ur. So what is the momentum of person? m1 v1. That of the trolley. Sir, shall I make va towards left? It's left to you, that one. I just assume. If I get va negative, I'll change the direction later. Come for this. So v1 is unknown thing which is needed. How to calculate v1? So plus ur plus v1 plus va. So ur plus va is equal to v1. Substitute that. m1 plus m2 v naught m1 ur plus va plus m1 plus m2 into va. So this is m1 plus m2 v naught minus m1 ur by m1 plus m2. Okay, this much is what? We have this one. Okay, now come for the next part of the problem. You will land from, so from where the person is coming from the rear buggy, no, and he will land onto the front buggy. How to, what to write here? How to write equation? So what is the momentum of the, you look at only this part of system, look at only this much. This is moving with a velocity v naught and the person is having velocity how much? v1 with respect to ground. So what is the initial momentum of system? m1 v1 plus m2 v2. That should be the initial momentum. And finally what when? You will land onto this and will come rest with respect to trolley. So what is the common velocity of them? Vb. So m1 plus m2 into Vb. So this is what unknown thing, Vb, that has to be find out. So from where I should get it now? So I know, I don't know V1, no? What to do V1? We know VA and substituting here, I'll get V1. So it's a very simple. So what I do is the next part for front trolley B. Conservation of linear momentum, Pix equal to PVF. Initial momentum. So this should be equal to, now you apply it. So initial momentum m1 v1 plus m2 v naught. This should be equal to m1 plus m2 into vb. What is v1? V1 we don't know. V1, how to bring v1? So ur plus va is equal to v1. And the va is what? You have to substitute, you'll get v1. Solving that, we'll get the vb. Okay, can you solve it? I'm just giving the ideas. V1 is what? You have to bring it from here. Substituting that VA here, then we'll get V1. Substituting that, we'll get the velocity of the front buggy. Okay, first we'll take this, the similar. Just it's a practice for you. Once you are familiar with this, you can enter into numericals very easily.
Sir, could you once scroll up, sir? Thank you, sir.
Look at this question. Read the question. Come for this. Directly go for the first. Initially what happened, the dog, the trolley, or the carts each have mass 20 kg, they're initially attached. The dog is also attached. The dog jumps 6 meters per second relative to the cart. Anything? Voice problem? Huh? Can you hear me clearly, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I'll carry on. Initially they're attached. So when the dog, I don't
Again breaking.
check your voice, check your connection. I think all of you are able to hear me.
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Yes, sir. His voice
Yes,
is
sir.
breaking.
Yes, sir. Yes, yes, clear, sir.
So there's a problem with your side. Huh? Please take care. There's a dog. So initially the dog is attached. Okay, now let's carry on the thing. So this is the trolley A. They're at rest now. The total system is there. Now the dog is going to make a jump. So what should happen to trolley B? Will recoil back.
Lagging, sir.
Sir, no problem with the voice, sir.
Please check your voice. Like I'm telling this one from my side, there won't be problem. Your connection is the problem. Please do understand. I can't do anything if your network is the problem. Please. Anyway, I'm putting recording now. Afterwards, you can take care in the recording. Huh? Okay, this dog is going to it's going to make a jump. So what is the velocity of the take like this. So this will acquire a velocity, say VB1, put symbol. The velocity of dog, let it be VD1. It will jump with the velocity U1, and this is still at rest. So what is the mass of the dog? 4. and that of the trolley is 20 kg. So directly, can you write VB1? What is the basic formula again? Plus UR equal to VD1 plus minus of minus VB1. UR, so better simplify it. Don't substitute symbols. VD1 plus VB1. So let's apply conservation of linear momentum. So conservation of linear momentum, mass of the dog is 4, velocity VD1, velocity of dog 4D1, 0 equal to 4D1 minus mass of the trolley 20 VB1. We have to calculate also VD1 what we can write it as minus of minus, no, UR is positive. So this will be 6 minus VB1 minus 20 VB1. Straight away, what was the, this will be 24. Anybody value VB1?
1.
1 meter. 1 meter. Huh? Velocity of the trolley. Huh? 1 meter per second. No. We'll calculate the velocity of the dog. No, because that is needed. No. Substituting this here, 6 equal to VD1 plus 1. So VD1 equal to 5 meter per second. Now this dog weapon is going to land like earlier we did previous problem. This is going to land. I'll take this situation here. Place it on the trolley. Finish short. Yeah. What should happen to now the dog come the trolley? Together they'll move with a one velocity. So let this is a trolley A, call VA1. How to calculate this VA1? Again, apply conservation of linear momentum. Now let's write the equations. Initial momentum of the dog 5 kg, mass of the dog is 5 VD1. For this I'm writing equations here. Initial momentum equal to final momentum. Initial momentum, velocity of the mass of the dog is 4 into 5 is equal to finally 4 plus 20 into VA1. 20 by 24. 5 by 6 meter per second. Keep this much, this one. So now what will happen to dog? After this, what happened? The dog again, what happened? Will jump back to the trolley B. So when it jumps like this again, it will jump with a speed UR 6 meter. So what should happen to velocity of this trolley will increase. I'll scroll down. So the next situation, the dog will jump back here. Actually, as a teacher, I should not discuss, but like a student are supposed to work out such numericals. No, so overall idea will come for you. We can't draw it. Dog or a cat, I don't know. Yeah. Now it will jump with the velocity UR, velocity of the dog, let it be VD2. And the trolley will recoil with a speed VA2. This mass of this, how much? 20 kg. That of the dog is 4 kg. Right, conservation of linear momentum. Before that, I think we should calculate this VD2, no? It is required for us. And UR is same, 6 meter. So how the basic formula should be? Minus UR. Again, we'll stick on to the basic thing. Towards right, positive. Minus UR is equal to minus VD2 minus of plus VA2. UR is how much? Minus 6. We don't know this. So VD2 should be equal to 6 minus VA2. Now you apply conservation of linear term from this diagram to this diagram, between these two. Dog plus trolley were moving towards right. Now the dolly weapon will turn back and jump. It is understood like this. So now applying conservation of linear momentum, initial momentum equal to final momentum. Initial momentum. Dog, what is the mass of dog? 4 kg. 4 kg plus that of the trolley, 20. Are moving towards right. This will become initial, no? Is equal to finally 20 VA2 minus 4 VD2. That VD2 you are going to substitute here. So next it will be 4 plus 24. 24 VA1, 20 VA2 minus 4, 6 minus VA2. 24 VA1, 20 VA2 minus 24 plus 4 VA2. 4 VA2 when you send it, so this will be VA2 will be 1 meter per second. Oh, minus of minus. This will be plus. Check once. I think some.
Sir, VA2 will be 11 by 6.
11 by 6, sir.
11 by 6. Huh?
Yes, sir, 11 by 6.
Yeah, 11 by 6. Okay, now this is the final velocity of the trolley. Final velocity of trolley. Now what will happen to that dog now? Will land onto the trolley B. Together, what will happen? The trolley finally it will move with a velocity BB2. What we should do here? How to write equation? This VA2 it will continue 11 by 6. Initial momentum equal to final momentum of the system. So initially, what is the momentum of system? The dog plus trolley both were moving. So this is 20 kg. So write it now. 4 plus VD2. VD2 is what? Speed of the dog. 4 VD2. Okay, this is anyway, like I'm taking towards left negative, no? So let me continue with that convention. Plus 20 VB1 minus 20 VB1 minus of 4 plus 20 VB2. We have to calculate VD2, well, speed of the dog. So VA2 we got it how much? VA2 after getting 11 by 6. No, that I'll substitute, I'll get VD2. So VD2, I'll calculate from here. 6 minus 11 by 6. 36 by 11. 36 minus 11. 25 by 6. That value will substitute. So minus 25 by 6. 20. VB1. VB1.
Sir, 1.
No, 1, no. VB1, 1. Oh, 55 by 36 is what? So this is the final velocity of trolley B. With asking the ratio VB2 by VA2, 55 by 36. I think 5 by 6 will come. The final ratio is what being asked, no? Okay, just there's a practice. Huh? Please, all could not still understand. Please, at least look at the diagrams. Everything is there in front of you. Just see once, learn the method, and move forward. Try to practice. Try to apply in different types of numericals available. Okay, no? So what you should do, it's not like a blind. What you should do, you should try to search there what if the mass ejected in the direction of motion, what will happen to speed of system? Mass ejected opposite to motion of system. How the speed of the system will change. This is what you have to make observation. Let's take the read the question. Some simple earlier what happened, the mass ejected. No, now I'm just bringing a situation where the mass will be ejected perpendicular to direction of motion. We took all the cases along or opposite to motion. No, read the question. Try to don't draw a spaceship, just at least show some block something and mass ejected. Okay, I'll proceed like this. A spaceship of speed we know traveling along suddenly shorts out 1/4 of its mass. So let's take the mass of system BM. It is moving with a speed 2v0 along positive x-axis. 1/4 of its mass. Or make problem simple, 4m you make it. It will eject how much? 1/4 of mass. How much will become 3m?
Positive y-axis.
Spaceship of speed v0.
So it should go upward.
Okay, that one here. Spot with speed 2v0. Okay, not needed again. Let it be. And what do you expect this? How it should move? So let it acquire velocity Vy and let this be Vx. Now, what is this ejection? The internal force, no? So again, the net force on the system along x-axis 0, along y-axis also 0. the net force on system along x along y, because what all that ejection occurs due to internal force, and due to internal forces or momentum will be conserved. So therefore initial momentum equal to final initial momentum along x-axis 0. Finally what happened? M 2 v naught minus 3m vx. So vx is equal to how much? 2 v naught by 3. The net force on system along y-axis should be 0. So initial momentum equal to final momentum. Initial momentum along y-axis 4m v naught. Finally 3m vy. So what is vy equal to? 4 v naught by 3. There's a remaining part, no? And this is spaceship. Now he's asking what can this speed? So this, what is v? We can write it as vx square plus vy square. 4 v naught square by 9, 16 v naught square by 9. So this will be the speed of the remaining part. Okay, now I want to change the direction of motion. So what I should do? See, earlier how it was moving? It was moving along y-axis. Now if mass is ejected along x-axis, what will happen? Yes, I can change the direction. No? So how to change the direction of spaceship? By ejecting a mass. Of course, the speed of the spaceship will change. But here priority what happened? The priority is given to change the direction. Sir, I'll increase the speed. I'll increase from from 2 v naught. I'll make it v naught. Tell me anything will happen to this theta? Yes, theta will change. So by ejecting some amount of mass and also by controlling the ejection speed, we can control this theta. Okay, this one, this angle theta depends on what? What amount of mass ejected and with what speed ejected. So you do get very good questions based on this. Be careful. Okay, now I'm coming out of this overall picture. Now we'll explore conservation of linear momentum related to different situations, different systems. There it was only about the system mass ejected, mass gained. Last one more is there. If a trolley is moving with a speed v naught and a person, what happened? With a parachute. He will slowly land onto the moving trolley. Now what will happen to the mass of the, what will happen to the speed of the trolley? It will just slowly land. The person or the parachutist lands slowly on the trolley. He will not having any velocity along x-axis. Then the person along with the trolley this thing. He will land and come to rest. So he'll move together with the trolley. Now, what are the situations we can bring it here? What are situations we can? Initial momentum, again momentum is concerned. Initial momentum, m1 v naught, final momentum, m1 plus m2 into v. So what happened? The momentum of system, in fact, decreased, no? Also like the speed of the trolley, in fact, decreased. So if a body is moving and if it gains mass, if the system gains mass, what happened to speed of the system? Will decrease. Now we'll come out of this. System loses, system gains, either way. Then okay, now we have to explore conservation of linear momentum for various situations. Means when tension force acting, okay, how to do that? When friction force acting, when normal contact force will come, when spring force will come, how that conservation of linear momentum can be applied in when various forces are acting on system. This is the next our target now. So let me proceed with this. These are the three particles are there. So M1, M2, the length of the string 5 centimeter. Let me take, this is M2 and let this be M1. It'll be easy for us. All three particles, they're kept on a horizontal surface in which the strings are straight, and this middle one is projected with a speed. Now directly comes to the question. Projected along the floor, not. So how the weight will act? Weight will act perpendicular to the plane of paper, not vertically down. Please do understand the situation very clearly. Find the tensile force in the threads when the end discs are about to collide. Means when both this M1, M2, this is M1. When the disc A and B, when they're about to collide, is asking what should be the tension in the string. How to bring tension? No? He is asking something, an unwanted thing. No? What all you know, try to do it. What all you know, try to do it. What all you know, try to do it first. I'll give you time. Just think on it. It's a very good problem. Already we discussed some similar ideas in the laws of motion. Try to recollect. A force F is applied tangentially, it is brought, then find the tension. Or even in work, then also I discussed one problem. At the midpoint, it is being pulled from Pathfinder, no? All that. Okay, let's do one thing. So when I give velocity u, what actually happens to the string now? Somewhere here it will be the M2 will continue to move in that straight path, no? The M2 will continue to move in the straight path, and the string will take shape like this. So this is M1, this is M1. How the tension will be acting in this direction. So here, what are the components of velocity? V1, y, v1x. Why v1x will come into picture? What makes the particles A and B to acquire that speed? Because of tension, no? Because of tension. And this will continue to move with a velocity, say v. And when they're about to collide, I'll extend the diagram. These are the particles. Now, what should happen to when they're about to collide? What should be the speed of, as they're connected by a string, no? So what do you expect the speed? All will have same common velocity along this direction. By, and it will be Vx, this will be Vx. This is M2. This is M1. At least I think till here everyone can do it. So can we apply conservation of linear momentum? Look at the net force acting on system along y-axis. Along x-axis is 0, no? Net force acting on system along x-axis is 0. So therefore we can conserve linear momentum along y-axis. So straight away, I'm going to apply conservation of linear momentum. Net force on the system along y-axis 0. So initial momentum should be equal to final momentum. Initial momentum m2v is equal to finally m1 2m1 plus m2 vy. So vy is equal to, this is u, no? Sorry. So vy equal to m2u by 2m1 plus m2. Keep it here. Later on we'll substitute this vy. So what was the question? This tension is asking when they're about to collide. To make you understand, I'm bringing, because there's again, he has put a conditions here. Two identical disks, initial threads. Initially the thread rests on floor, the center of the disk in a straight line, and the threads straight. Means the system rests on fixed horizontal floor with the center of the disk in a straight line and the threads straight. Now, so this is a disk of mass m, and these what happen? They're very particles. This will be so almost with respect to like a center of this, you can take all vy to be along one straight line. You can assume like that also. Okay, call this equation 1. Now, how to get that Vx? So we'll take the Vx. Can apply conservation of mechanical energy. This is what conservation of linear momentum. Conservation of mechanical energy. What is the net work done by tension? I think we have done problems in work point also. I shown the net work done by tension fact will be 0. So work done by the tension, net work done by tension on the system will be 0. So therefore initial kinetic energy should be equal to final kinetic energy. So m2 u square it should be equal to m2 vy square plus 2 m1 vy square plus 2 m1 vx square. Okay, with this what happen? I'll get vy we know, and from this I'll get the vx. So I got vy and vx. So how the tension will be acting at this point? So the tension in fact will be acting here. Take like this. He's asking this tension when they're about to collide. Let's take help of the center of mass. Look at the particles, how they are moving actually. What is the path of the particle? Particle 1, particle A and B, how they are moving. They'll move in some plane, no? The M2 will move along y-axis. What about the particle A and B? They'll be moving in a plane. So about the M2, what will happen? These particles A and B, they are going to describe a circular motion. So at this particular instant, you can check it now about M2. So look at A and B. Velocity of M2 is how much? Vy. Velocity of particle in B is also Vy. So along y-axis, common velocity there. But along x-axis, the disk is not having any velocity here. So therefore, if you stand on the disk and look at the particle A and B, how the particle A and B will be moving at this instant, will be moving in a circular path. So what is the acceleration of the disk now? So let it be the tension T is acting, and how it is acting opposite to velocity. So it must have retardation that put A naught here. I'll go to the next part of the diagram. Some keen observation saying that there's no any concept, only let's take this diagram. In what direction the pseudo force has to be shown? Pseudo force here, acceleration should be A naught, no? Why A naught should be towards downward? Because the tension 2T is acting on the disk opposite to velocity, so that is A naught. Then will you take any pseudo force here? Yes, there'll be also, you have to show pseudo force. M A naught. I think I can't increase size. Similarly, any pseudo force on this also, M A naught. Now, right, so what is the condition? About disk, particles A and B describe curved path. Need not write circular, just write curved path, that is enough. So therefore now, what is the length of the string? So T plus MA naught should be equal to M Vx square by L. Is that okay, the equation? But we don't know A naught, no? T plus M A naught. So how to bring A naught? So 2T should be equal to M2 A naught on the disk. Of course, it's a retardation. We are only bothered about magnitude. So substitute that value of A naught here in this equation. So how much will get? T plus, this is M1. Huh? M1. So A naught is how much? 2T by M2 m1l Vx square. What is Vx? I think we have to solve it. Equation 1 and 2, we'll get that one. So solving now, this T will be is equal to m1 m2 by L Vx square divided by m2 plus 2m1. Substitute Vx from solving 1 and 2, we'll get the Vx. I'll write the answer, cross check later on. So this will be m1 m2 square u square by L answer you'll get 2 Newton. Okay, this is very important. You should make keen observation. In the ground frame, things will not help us. In the disk frame, the motion of particle will be curved path. So we are bringing the idea of circular motion. Now similarly, same problem. I'm asking you again the tension the string here. You see here G you take like this. The same tension I'm asking here, like previous problem, what we did know. Okay, how you can apply things here? Check it now. So how the particles, so we'll calculate velocity of center of mass. So where the center of mass of this system will be. A small ball of mass m is suspended from inexorable massless string of length L. At certain instant of time, the velocity of point O is V naught, and ball A is 2 V naught. The tension the string at this instant of time is asking only this one. So is it center of mass anything you are going to bring? Nothing, no. So what is the relative speed of this? 3 V naught. So then what are the forces they'll be acting? mg. What is the relative speed? T minus mg equal to ml 2 v naught minus v naught whole square. That's all, no? Something vertical circular motion, if point of suspension is having relative motion, what to do? So in exam, this is what happens. You try to think center of mass. Okay, just be stick on to the basic ideas. So everywhere center of mass idea is not needed, like previous problem. This is a totally different situation. Now I'm troubling you with really different idea.
So, could you repeat the previous question, sir? I didn't understand a little.
This one, huh? This one, huh? With respect to point O, what is the velocity of the bob? 3 v naught. So T minus mg equal to 3 v naught square by L. This O is the point of suspension. Huh? O is a point of suspension here. Okay, take the next one. He is given G equal to 10. Huh? So you have to get into the problem with this condition. how to get this particular thing. Now this is something rigid massless rod. We have a rod here. Whose help you are going to take in this particular situation. Find the minimum value of V for which the particle B loses contact with the ground immediately after giving velocity V to the particle A. So it straight away come for this. This is A. This is B. No? There's a rod. You be careful with that. Okay, this is given velocity V. Two particles A and B of mass m each. So what is mass of this is m, this is also m. Then who can lift the particle B? There should be tension in the rod only. So let me take now the center of mass into the picture. So see the center of mass of system. It should be at a distance how much? L by 2. In this situation, what is the velocity of center of mass? Velocity along x-axis, velocity of center of mass should be mv plus m into 0 by m plus m, that is v by 2. So in the center of mass frame, how the total system will appear? In the center of mass frame, so this is having velocity vc. Now what is velocity of A with respect to C? You be at center of mass, then check it, how the system will move. Now I'll find out. VAC equal to VA bar minus VC bar. Anything directed towards right, let it be positive. Take it like this now. VAC, velocity of A with respect to C. What is the speed of the A with respect to ground V? That of velocity of center of mass plus V plus V by 2. So VAC equal to V by 2. Similarly, what is VBC? VBC equal to VB minus VC. Speed of this is at rest, no? In the C frame, let's see what will happen. This is plus V by 2. So what is VBC? Minus VB2. Minus V by 2. Minus V by 2 means in the center of mass frame, I'm not on ground now. Where I'm earlier, this is the thing. Now you are here. If I draw a person, that means that person is making observation. According to that person, this will have VAC like this. This will have VBC like this. So in center of mass frame, how they are moving? They're moving in circular path. Okay, clear this? They're moving in circular path. So then after this, how to calculate how to get that velocity, find the minimum value of it for when the particle will lose contact, when the force in the rod is greater than mg, and the force in the rod is due to what now? Due to this particular speed. In center of mass frame I'm discussing, So therefore the force due to rod here should be like this. The force due to rod. So here We will just show it like this here. So what is F should be equal to? F should be equal to m VBC square by L by 2. M, this is L by 2. VBC is how much? V by 2 whole square. So what is the force now? F is equal to mv square by 8L. And this force, how actually? I'll show like this, direction of force.
Sir, F is equals to mv square by 2L.
mvb square by L by 2, no? Length.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
that is-
two will come. Here, four will be there. Huh? Only 2 will be there. Huh?
Sir, mv square by 2L. 2L, sir.
Mass of this is how much? Mass of each particle is m, no? Check calculation. Okay, this the force here. So what should be this force now? This force should able to lift this particular block. So let's take other diagram. It should just able to lift it. So here F greater than mg, ball B loses contact. Ball B loses contact. Now, what should be the value of F? We got it, no? So this will be mv square by 2L should be greater than mg, or V should be greater than 2GL. Minimum is asking. Shall I write root 2GL? So in the ground frame, okay, that one problem is a bit very difficult to analyze. In the center of mass frame, what happens? They just appear moving. They just appear moving in circular path. About center of mass, at that instant, they'll be moving in circular path. Some application of questions will be there of this kind for you. Okay, I'll give one more. This is M. There's a block. Length of the string is L. This is given velocity V. We have to find out the tension in the string. These are the particles M into M. They're connected by string kept on a horizontal surface. The particle A is given velocity V. Then what is the tension in the string? So I'll write it. Particles A and B are connected by string of length L and placed on smooth horizontal surface. Now particle A is projected with speed V as shown. Find the tension. Find the tension in the string just after projection. There's no way you can manage with what? Anything here, no? So you have to take help of center of mass of system. Where the center of mass of system will be? Yes, then we'll calculate first velocity of center of mass. What is the velocity of center of mass? mv plus 2m0 m plus 2m v by 3, where the center of mass of system will be here near to heavier mass. We don't know that distance. How to calculate? L by 3. Shall I write? 2L by 3. Then describe the motion of that one. So here, what is the, you should not write mv square by 2L by 3. What is the velocity of particle A with respect to center of mass? VAC equal to VA minus VC. What is velocity of particle A? V. Velocity of center of mass minus V. So 2V by 3. You can take help of either one. So here, how the tension should act in this direction. So now the tension will provide required centripetal force. T should be equal to mv square by 2L by 3. Sorry, mvac square by 2L by, not mv square by 2L by 3. So there should be VAC is how much? 2V by 3 whole square 2L by 3. So 2mv square by 3L. So there's no other way. The center of mass of the system is going to help us a lot. So in center of mass frame, what happened? The particles A and B will describe circular motion at that instant. In C frame, we'll call it. In C frame, A and B describe circular motion of different radii. Kept on smooth surface, projected smooth horizontal surface. The surface, there's a surface. Huh? You have to be very careful. I'm telling this one. mg weight will act into the plane of paper. So just be careful. So different cases are there. So what is the use of C frame? Very important. I'm telling this one. Of course, we don't study much in C frame, but in C frame, things will be very easy. That's why it is given so much of priority. But as far as the syllabus concerned, no, we don't focus much on that analysis in C frame. The total collision what happen in C frame only, it will be much easier than lab frame. So there is a use of the center of mass. The center of mass will help us a lot to understand the system, and the two calculations will be minimized. You see, without C frame, you stand here, try to do the problem. It will be very difficult because the particle A and B, it will be very difficult to solve this in the lab frame. So therefore, the C frame is will make things much easier. So what is the strictly here? What is C? C is center of mass of particles. You have to concentrate finally on numericals of this kind in ground frame, how it will be. In center of mass frame, how things will be. So I just took two particles. You can connect one more string here. So you can take a system of different kind like this. I'll project this. Then how do system will appear? What is the tension in various parts of string? So like that, you can keep on extend the ideas here. Okay, no. So these are the some basic things. So okay, let's go for. Okay, I'll complete it. No, let's take this one. Okay, we don't have problems left over. I'll give one more case. And now what will happen to the momentum? There are two particles are there. There's a theoretical one. Let me explain with the help of taking one example. So it'll be easy for you. There's a particle A, mass of particle A, let it be 2 kg. Particle B, mass of particle B, 3 kg. They are moving with a velocity, say let this be 2 meter per second. Let this be, say, 4 meter per second. Now there are two frames I'm going to give for you. One frame on the ground is on a ground, no? The ground frame. Then there'll be another frame called like a center of mass, where the center of mass 3 kg, MB is 3 kg, and it's 2 kg. No, it should lie near to the heavier mass. So the other frame will be here. So what did they see? See the center of mass. Now we'll just discuss the problem in C frame and ground frame. C frame means you assume that there's a person standing on the center of mass and is going to see the system. How do it appear? This is something very, very essential, very important. Now let's do one thing. Ground frame, what will say? Both the particles are moving towards, are having momentum towards right. So the person in the ground frame, what will comment? And the person in the ground frame, you'll measure momentum. And you'll measure kinetic energy. Person in the C frame, you'll measure the momentum and kinetic energy. Then we'll see what actually, how things will appear for both the persons. Is it okay? So I'll begin like this. This is in the ground frame, what is the momentum of system? So with respect to G, I'll take like this. So with respect to, or in ground frame, what is the momentum of system? It should be 2 into 2 plus 4 into 3. So 16 kg meter per second or Newton second, anything you can write it. There's a momentum with respect to ground frame. What is the kinetic energy in the ground frame? 2 into 2 square by 2 plus mass of this 3 into 4 square by 2. 4 plus 28 joule. Now in the C frame, how things will be. So we'll first calculate velocity of center of mass. What is the velocity of center of mass? MA. And this should be 2 into 2 plus 3 into 4 by mass of the system 2 plus 3. 4 plus 12 by 5. So this should be equal to how much? 16 by 5 meter per second. What is this? Velocity of center of mass of system. Let's calculate velocity of particle A and B with us. So VAC. What is VAC? VA bar minus VC bar. Velocity of A is how much? 2 I cap. Velocity of center of mass 16 by 5 I cap. 5 to the 10 minus 6 by 5. Look at how they are minus 6 by 5. How the particle appears moving away. It all depends on calculations. It depends on values. Don't generalize. Please don't generalize anything. It all depends on the values. How do they appear moving? VBC. VB minus VC. What is VB? 4 I cap. 16 by 5 I cap. 20 minus 6. 4 by 5 I cap meter per second. In C frame, how A and B will appear moving. With respect to C frame, I'll write everything in. So the particle this is A, it'll be moving with a speed 6 by 5 meter per second. B, what will happen? 4 by 5 meter per second. And this is the center of mass. Of course, center of mass is also in motion, but I'm standing at center of mass where the person is here. So in C frame, what happened? What person on the ground, he said both are moving towards right, no? What is the comment from him? Both are moving towards right. So what this person says? they are moving opposite to, they're moving opposite to each other. And what is the velocity of center of mass? In fact, center of mass is moving. Center of mass is not at rest. Center of mass is moving. So you just show that BC here. And I'll bring it here. Okay, got this? So this is what happens. So in C frame, things are different. No? Let's calculate the momentum with respect to center of mass. Momentum with respect to, or kinetic energy with respect to center of mass. What should be the, I should write MA VC square by 2 plus MB VB square by 2. What is MA? Value of MA, this is 2 kg. This is 3 kg. Yeah. 2 by 2. VAC is how much? 6 by 5. 3 by 2. This will be 4 by 5. 4 by 5 whole square. So 36 by 25. 3 by 2. 16 by 25. Anybody value? Eight by 5. Anybody value of this?
12 by 5, sir.
12 by 5.
How much? 12 by 5.
12
huh?
by 5.
Okay, 12
Yes,
by
sir.
5. Now check Kc. Earlier was 28 joule, no? How much it is kinetic energy? 12 by 5, very less, no? 2.4 joule. So in center of mass of system, what is the kinetic energy of that one? Is least, no? In the ground frame, how much the kinetic energy they measured? They measured 28 joules. In the center of mass, how much? 2.4 joules. So shall we conclude here? In center of mass frame, so what will happen to the kinetic energy of the system will be least. You check it. So Kc in fact less than Kg. So in C frame, kinetic energy of system you do have this statement in SC Verma. Students are just reading and remembering. You should do analyze, no? Take simple examples. What about momentum with respect to center of mass? Minus MA, straight away let me write 2 into 6 by 5 I cap plus 3 into 4 by 5 I cap. Look at the momentum, 0, no? What is the conclusion? Momentum with respect to C frame. Momentum of system. Momentum of this particle system. Momentum of particles with respect to C frame is 0. What is the net momentum measured by the person C who is there on the center of mass? And what is center of mass? Center of mass is moving, not at rest. You are in now C frame. And what you see, the momentum of system is 0. And the kinetic energy is minimum. Sir, how come this is something not, no? Means kinetic energy non-zero and momentum 0. Momentum of particles with respect to C frame is 0. With respect to C frame it is. C frame in center of mass frame here. So this is something very troublesome, no? Sir, kinetic energy non-zero. How momentum? And we know K equal to P square by 2m. In the ground frame, there was no problem. You see, momentum, what was the momentum of system? You can calculate momentum, how much it is equal to 4 I cap plus 4 into 3, 12. 16 I cap meter per second. Both kinetic energy as well as momentum are non-zero. What about in C frame? kinetic is the least and the momentum with respect to center of mass will be 0. This is very important. Momentum with respect to center of mass will always be 0. If you want, you can solve in the C frame, problems will become very easy. You know, total momentum should be 0. Then you can easily manage things. Now, so that's what finally, there's a one example I give. Now you take two particles moving opposite to each other. Make velocity of A greater than B, or so they'll like move opposite to each other. Let them move perpendicular. Check in all the cases what is the momentum. If it is 0 with a center of mass, then you have to say it's always 0. This is one of the case I discussed. Okay, tomorrow I'll continue from here.
Sir,
Uh,
sir, just a small doubt, sir. Sir, in the starting we discussed about ejection of mass, those problems, right, sir?
yeah.
Sir, we generalized that if a mass is ejected in the direction of motion, the speed of the system decreases, right?
Yeah.
Sir, similarly, if a system gains mass, can we say that it's exactly opposite to what we have generalized?
No, not. Don't generalize it. If a system gains mass, then you have to take help of the thrust force. Variable mass concept should be brought into the picture. We have discussed one problem here where the parachutist will land onto the system, no? Will land into the system here, you see. What happened? Momentum, V less than V naught. Or say V less than V naught, you see, speed. And how he lands also matters here. That will come in variable mass concept again. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you all of you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir.